Welcome to Leadership Lessons from History. My name is Wes O'Donnell, Managing Editor of InMilitary.com and veteran of both the U.S. Army and the U.S. Air Force. And this week, Christa McAuliffe and the Challenger disaster of 1986. But first, this. Sharon Christa McAuliffe was an American school teacher and an astronaut, and one of the 7 crew members killed on the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986. For those of us in Generation X, we watched the Challenger disaster unfold live on TV, sitting in our classrooms. I remember the shock and confusion on our teacher's face as the disaster unfolded live on TV. In 1985, Christa McAuliffe was selected from more than 11,000 applicants to participate in the NASA Teacher in Space program. She was scheduled to become the first teacher in space. As a member of mission STS-51L, she was planning to conduct experiments and teach 2 lessons from space. On January 28, 1986, McAuliffe boarded Space Shuttle Challenger with the other 6 crew members of STS-51L. 73 seconds into flight, at an altitude of 48,000 feet, the shuttle broke apart, resulting in the deaths of all 7 crew members. So what leadership lessons can we learn from the sacrifices of Christa McAuliffe and her crew? First, courage in the face of the unknown. Christa McAuliffe wasn't a trained astronaut, she wasn't a pilot, she wasn't a former military officer. She was an educator who found joy in teaching children, and yet she willingly strapped herself to the top of a massive rocket, putting her trust into the team. Her courage and confidence, without a shred of insecurity, without a shred of arrogance, is a trait that every leader should strive for. Second, representing her community in a positive light. McAuliffe was a beacon of hope to teachers nationwide who could take pride in one of their own flying to the edge of space. In all of her public appearances leading up to the launch, on Johnny Carson, on Good Morning America, on the Today Show, and others, she maintained a love for educators and a professionalism that represented her community well. Later that night, after the disaster, President Ronald Reagan addressed the nation.
The crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger honored us for the manner in which they lived their lives. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them this morning, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God. Thank you.
This is Wes O'Donnell. This has been Leadership Lessons from History. We'll see you next week.
The whole thing is so gorgeous. You just want to bring it all back into the classroom for the kids.